I think you can only do this work for so long with girls. We can only listen to girls for so long without thinking, how do I join them in this work? You know, how do I do something that can make it better? And as a feminist, the only real way to do that is to actually join, is to actually, you know, be in relationship, is to sort of find ways to, you know, enable their own work. And I guess I felt like if I'm going to take what I do seriously, I have to know if it actually works. You know what I mean? Like, you can theorize all day long, but if you don't have a practice, if you don't have a way of kind of seeing how this plays out and then learning from it and making adjustments, then it's, you know, what is it, right? And I'm in an education program. And so that also means something to me, that I have to think about, you know, how this looks on the ground, how this impacts people, you know, how I educate. I chose education pretty deliberately when Mark and I were applying. It was not only the shared position, but education is a space I can be political in. Psychology isn't always a space, especially in small colleges, that you can be political. So this is my political work, you know. And because in a small college, not in the natural sciences, education is still a marginalized discipline, and I don't have a lab. I had to build my own. So I built mine in the community. Yeah. You know, it was my way of, so I worked with two other community activists. And together we sort of, I mean, literally, I mean, it sounds so like a cliche, but literally around my friend's kitchen table. Yeah. We came up with the name of Hardy Girls, Healthy Women. We came up with the logo, the idea of it, what it is we wanted it to be. And it, you know, I was so lucky that one of these women had experience in development, raising money. One of them had experience in nonprofit world, and I had research. And so I think we succeeded because, you know, we actually had the bases covered. There's no way I could have done this myself. I have no understanding of how a nonprofit worked at the time. So, yeah, Hardy Girls has been around since 2000. We incorporated in 2000 in small, you know, in Central Maine, where in a town where 70% of the kids are eligible for free and reduced lunch. So it's not a rich area that we've really managed through grants and through, you know, really engaging the community, and with the support of Colby, because I was able to make that connection to make this work. So we reached, you know, thousands of girls through this work, and we have incredible programs. We have. So one of the ones I'm most proud of is we have a girls' advisory board that kind of parallels the adult board, that not only keeps us current, but they do activism. And one of the biggest things they do is they do 2 annual conferences, one in our town and one in Portland, which is the larger city south of us. That is about girls in activism, and so they reach every year 400 to 500 girls between those 2 conferences. They develop the entire content for the conference. So we begin working with them in October, and the conference is in April, and they build PowerPoints and they build workshops, and they, you know, we give them what they need. We give them, you know, do they need help public speaking? We bring someone in. You know, do they need media literacy work? We bring someone in. So we enable it, but they do the actual work. So that kind of work is, I mean, it's just incredible when you see them up there, you know? It's wonderful.